Guys, so no wake up vlog today because I woke up a lot later than intended. I went to bed. What time did I get home last night? I didn't get home that late last night, but then I missed out on dinner, so I made myself some quick dinner. I think I've already talked about this in my going to sleep vlog. Whoops. But yeah, I woke up at 4 AM and could not get back to sleep, and I think it's because there's a bit of a balance that I'm still adjusting to with skylights in that if it's raining, I obviously can't have them open, and if it's raining, the air temperature is slightly cooler, so it's okay. But if it's not raining, my room gets very warm very quickly. So I woke up at 4 AM really hot, and I had to open the windows and all that jazz. It took a while to get back to sleep, and then had some really weird dreams in the intervening time between when I was trying to get back to sleep and when I woke up. And so then I got up late and felt bleh. And my housemate has come back, picked up a passport and has gone on holiday for the weekend. So I am home alone and I'm going to do some cooking. So I defrosted my bolognese mix from the other day. Bolognese mix, so I've got two pots because there wasn't enough room in one of them. So that's just a standard bolognese mix that I made already. So it's beef mince, onions, tomato puree and chopped tomatoes. So it's very, very simple. I think some mixed herbs, some salt and some oil. And then I'm going to, I've already pre-sliced my aubergine. So I'm going to just quickly fry them off so I can get them all softened, ready to go. I've got half a pepper and like 3/4 of an onion, which I've just been using for salad that I want to use up. Because I've already sliced them open, so I'm going to quickly dice them up as well to add to the mix. And then I'm going to make some white sauce to go with that. I'm going to add some wine to the bolognese mix. And then I'm going to layer it all up and make a big old lasagna. And that will be my lunch for today. At the moment it is 12:15, so it'll probably be about 1:30 before I'm ready for actual lasagna. So I might snack on some stuff as I go, but with each stage I'll have a quick clip because why not? I'm not really a very good cook, but lasagna is one of those things that's actually really simple when you break it down. I'm adding the aubergine for extra bulk, I'm adding in the onion and the pepper for extra bulk, and I've got, I'm going to make lots of white sauce because I'm planning on like fridging this all down in individual little Tupperwares so I can have a little lasagna whenever I want a little lasagna, until it runs out at the very least. So one of the risks when you're freezing and reheating is that it dries out, so I'm going to make sure I make lots of white sauce, and hopefully the extra things that I'm adding will bulk it out as well, so it's very moistureful, and therefore it doesn't dry out in the freezing to reheating process. But there we go, I will show you as I go. Oh, I'll also be adding wine to the bolognese mix because when it's bolognese it's non-winey, when it's lasagna add the wine. Woo! Okie dokie, oil is warm, time to add the aubergine. I've added quite a lot of oil because I find that aubergine absorbs oil like nobody's business. But I'm just going to do one layer, wait till it's ready to go, and go on to the next layer. But make sure it's, like, I often have the mistake of slightly undercooking aubergine, so I'm going to make sure this is well and truly cooked. So first layer, and then I will have a pile of nice and toasted aubergine shortly. Bear with me. Okay, so the aubergine is cooked. The onions and peppers are just softening. I'm not going to cook them too much because again, I need moisture. And I'm just melting some butter. And then I'm going to add a little bit of flour, stir it in to make a paste. And then it's all about milk and lots and lots and lots and lots of milk. So usually with white sauce, I'm sure there is recipes you can follow, but I tend to just do it by eye. So I'm adding a little bit more butter than I would normally do. I'm going to add a little bit more flour than I would normally do. And then I have this last load of whole milk. And then I have another one of this size of semi-skimmed milk to go in as well. We'll see how much I get. I want to get at least 2 pints worth of the white sauce because, you know, there's no point if it's not really, really, really white saucy. And then I have in my cupboard lasagna sheets ready to go. I'm not going to home make the pasta. I am not talented. But yeah, and then I have a big baking tray and we'll just go from there. So we'll probably see you again in the construction phase. We'll see. Who knows? Oh, I need to reheat the mince and add the wine. Okay, I've added the flour. Now time for milk. Okay, first splash of milk in, and this is the bit where white sauce becomes very labour intensive, because you've got to stir it until all the lumps come out, and then you add more milk and there's more lumps, and then you add more milk and there's more lumps, and it just takes a long time. And the audio is probably horrible because I've got the fan on, but you can't cook without a fan. So yeah, it's going to take a while. So the white sauce is reducing. I just need to keep stirring it so it doesn't stick or get lumps. And we are starting to warm up the mince, and time to add the wine. Oh yeah, that's wine. I'm also going to probably add some mixed herbs by and by. But yeah, that's good to start warming up. The onions and the pepper are in there as well. And the aubergine I'm going to keep separate till I'm layering up the lasagna, so it can go like as a layer between things. But there we go. Woo! So the oven is preheating, and I've done 2 layers of meat, 1 layer of meat, then a layer of the lasagna, then a layer of the cream sauce, then another layer of meat, then another layer of the aubergine. I've sprinkled some chopped olives on top, and time for the last layer. So more lasagna. In fact, I did it this way around on the other side, so I'm going to make sure it starts on this side. Trying to make it interesting, not very good at that. I burnt the white sauce a little bit. It's really hard not to burn white sauce unless you have like a proper like food mixer thingy, which I don't. I just have a whisk. So yeah, it's still reducing. It's going to be quite a lot of white sauce on the top, but the more the merrier, I guess. So yeah, lasagna sheets. Put down the camera for a sec, and I'm going to break up some lasagna sheets. So that's the lasagna basically covered. Just going to give the white sauce a quick whisk. Just to get rid of all of the skinny bits. It's always a bit of a balance with white sauce because, as I said at the beginning, I really want it to be extra moist and kind of runny so that I can reheat properly. But at the same time, I don't want it to be just like liquid. But there we go, going on the top. Whee! Trying to make it nice and even, get into the corners. Oh, the bottom of the pan is very burnt. I'm not looking forward to cleaning that up. Ooh, okay, so that is the tray definitely full. I've got a little bit of white sauce left to go, but I'll top that up later on. Just spread it out a little bit into the corners. And I was going to add some oregano to top it off, but I think I'll wait until after it's reduced a little bit, and then I'll top it off with some more white sauce. But there we go. Time for that to go in the oven for about half an hour, and we'll see how it looks after that. And lasagna. Woohoo! Just going to give it a quick poke with a knife to check that it's soft all the way through. Yeah, we're good. We are good. Woo! Beastly lasagna. Guys, I just got home from bowling and dinner and Detective Pikachu with a couple of friends and an acquaintance. So the first time I'm meeting him, friend of a friend, and it was really awesome. Bowling was fun. I lost spectacularly, which is entirely what I expected. So that's a good sign. We had burgers. Mine was a slightly more spicy than I was expecting, chicken burger, but it was alright. Very messy to eat, but quite tasty. I had quite a lot of lasagna, so I wasn't quite... I think if I really would have really enjoyed it, I think I would have been very hungry for it. But I finished it, so I'll call that a win. And then Detective Pikachu! So no spoilers thought. As someone who I'm pretty aware of Pokemon. Like I watch a lot of like game video top 10s and game analysis and all those sort of things, and I have a load of friends who are really into Pokemon and all that jazz. I kind of missed it a bit as a child. I was a very, very strongly gendered child, so Pokemon was considered a boy thing and I didn't do boy things, which is probably unfair, but I do believe, having maybe watched a couple of scenes of the original 90s series, that it was rather boy orientated. It definitely had more primary boy characters than girl characters, and the girl characters, as far as I can remember, were pretty vacant. Now, that is going entirely off memory, but to conclude, it was more of a personality trait of my own than anything to do with the creators, in that I saw it as a boy thing, so I did not do it because that was a boy thing. So I kind of missed out on it as a child, and I haven't really had any handheld games or, you know, that sort of thing when I was a kid, so I kind of just missed out on Pokemon, and I'm aware of it culturally. Like, I could recognise a Pikachu, and I know that there are earth and fire and electric type Pokemon, and I know that Ash Ketchum is the main character. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I can kind of reel off a couple of lines of the theme song, and that's pretty much it. I know what a Pokeball is, but that's it pretty much. So I went in almost entirely blind to the universe, which was really fun, and I think it meant that, I think it worked very well as something for new viewers, because a lot of it, the whole design of it is Detective Pikachu. It's a mystery. It's what happened here, what happened to this character, why did it happen to this character, and what is going on now. And there was a lot of emotional upbeats and downbeats, etc, etc, that as someone who doesn't know the world very well, you can completely utterly get into that mystery. And they don't force feed any of the lore onto you, but if you're aware of it, then you can enjoy it, and if you're not aware of it, as I was, then you can kind of ease in nice and easily and focus on the primary story, even if you know you're missing some stuff. You can still kind of really enjoy it. Things I loved, the creature design was phenomenal. The way that the Pokemon is different sizes, and that they're so integrated with the world, like cattle in the fields, and like wild Pokemon versus pet Pokemon versus Pokemon in the city, and how they've integrated things like, how would you use a water Pokemon in a city? Obviously that. Just beautifully designed and so cute, like painfully, like having to restrain myself from making squeaky noises for quite a lot of the film, particularly with Pikachu himself. It was so cute. Every time I saw his little footballs, I was just like, oh, and I wanted to snuggle behind his ears. And so cute. So that was a bit of a problem. Desperately, you know, English cinemas are by nature generally very unresponsive. There was some genuine giggles when a particular song came on at one point, which if you've seen it, you'll know what I mean. But yeah, there was a particular song about just before the third act that got a lot of people reacting very positively. But most of the time, the only real reactions were like, ooh, and oh, which is rare in English cinema. You don't usually get like claps or expressions of delight. Pikachu is so cute. There was a good couple of places where I found it really interesting, actually, that there was a lot of times where they put clues into things, but I still didn't get, like, until the conclusion came, I was like, oh, that's amazing. So there was one lead up that they were like, oh, must not have happened yet, and we were all like, huh? And then the moment the thing started, I was like, oh, holy moly, that's tectonic! Crazy! Madness! So I found that really cool. And the final kind of twist conclusion, I was really satisfied with, because I'd seen every single clue and still hadn't cracked the final resolve. And I don't know, like, it was just really satisfying to me to have that final moment where the camera reveals that final kind of twist, and you're like, of course, it was always going to be that, of course, but, like, I didn't think of it, which I found genuinely delightful. Yeah, the lighting, the sound, the creature sounds, like, how cute is Pikachu when he's actually saying Pika, 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 it's so cute! Yeah, so, really, really enjoyable, and I feel like, having seen the final moments, I kind of want to go back and rewatch, to see if there's any other clues that I missed. I feel like there was a couple of things that I kind of didn't quite understand in terms of like little secret hidden background things, but for the most part I don't think I missed out on any enjoyment for not knowing it in depth, feeling into the lore. The story was very well built, as I said, to kind of
the plot was more important than the world building. But the world building was 100% there, but you could focus on the plot, and you weren't distracted by other things. But just a visual world building was amazing. Yeah, there's only, I think, one exposition dump, and that's within the first 10 minutes, and it's relatively subtle, and it is very prominent to the plot as well. So, there we go. Anyway, that's my thoughts. It is, I have no idea what the time is, it's probably about 10:30-ish. I don't have a clock on me at the moment. My phone is somewhere in my bag, and my laptop's not turned on yet. So I will probably be awake for another hour or so. I need to finish tidying up the kitchen, and then go to bed. Tomorrow I'm doing stuff with my mum. I'm not really sure what I'm doing yet. We are probably going to London, but we haven't really made any specific plans. I probably won't bring my camera because I'm in my mum time. But there we go. Yeah, maybe see you before bed. If not, good night. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.